Hi! Remember when I bought this entire box full of wooden panels and said I was going to create a bunch of artwork? Well, ta-da! Today I'm creating 5 pieces of artwork. Painting, wood burning, using some colored pencils, and Posca paint pens, and maybe more. Exciting stuff. You may have noticed that I've been gone for a few weeks. These took kind of a while to create, and I have a very special announcement coming in about a week or 2. So when you see a video announcing my brand new online store, pretty please give it a watch. That is what I have been working on, and these original art pieces, all 5 of them, are going to be in it. I would really super appreciate, even if you're not interested in learning how to create your own store or you don't want to open one, please watch it. Like, just click on it, open it, and let it play through if you don't want to watch it, because this is going to be my very first brand deal on my channel in 2 years, and it's been 1 year since I've worked with a brand. So it's a very exciting time for me, something that's very necessary to move forward and be able to keep creating videos and to be able to open this shop. Oh my gosh, I'm just so very excited, so very thankful for you all, and without further ado, let's get on into the artwork. My hair just went with my finger. After sanding all 5 pieces of wood, I went ahead and heated up the wood burning tool here, and I'm going to start on the little oval piece. Those of you who have been with my channel for a while, this might look familiar to you. I did do a piece a couple years ago that is basically the twin to this one. I'm going to show it later and do a side-by-side, but I am going to use some different art supplies on this one. As you can see, I just did the basic outlines first, and then I went in and tried to darken all the lines by just going over and over the same spot, or like holding the wood burning tool there. And after that, I did add some detail and shading, I guess, with these lines. I decided to switch around the format of this video and make it a little bit different from what I have normally done, where I show one piece from start to finish and then move on to the next one. Instead, in this video, we're going to be cycling through all 5. So you're going to see me do the startup process for each one, like the background, I guess. So you can see here I sketched a mushroom, and that is going to be what I use the wood burning tool on, is that pencil outline. Let me know in the comment section below if you like this setup better or if you would rather see one thing at a time. I don't know, I felt like this might be more interesting, so we're going with it. And then we're going to move on to the 3rd wood burning piece, which is some flowers. They are cone flowers, and I'll insert some photos. I have been taking photos of cone flowers since I was, I don't know, probably in high school, because at my parents' house they had cone flowers in the front yard every single year. I think these flowers are very pretty and kind of underrated, so if you guys learned a new flower today, cool. The next 2 pieces I'm not doing any burning for, just paint. For this round one here, I'm going to create a rainbow gradient background, and I am just squirting the paint on there. I learned after doing this that I put way too much paint, so it probably would have been a better idea to squeeze the paints onto a plate. You can see as I was trying to blend the colors, well, I guess I put a decent amount of purple because I did add more there, but once we got to the blue, it gushed over the side. Yeah, looking back at this, I guess I didn't waste that much paint, luckily. But in the moment, it seemed like a lot more. I continued to blend, and off camera, I did blend it more because I wasn't too happy with this. Well, actually, I ruined it off camera first, so then I had to fix it. Now we're going to do a pastel-y kind of background with these colors, and it is also an art piece that I have done in the past. If you are kind of in a rut and you can't think of what you want to create, look back to old things or like old designs that you have done and try to make a series out of it, I guess. I definitely need to invest in some new paint because some of these, the paint won't come through the top, as in I can't squeeze it out because it is dried shut, or I'll have these little clumps. It looks a little bit gross at this point, but I was able to get most of them out. After filming this video, like 3 weeks after or something, I did order some paint, so here is my new paint collection. I still have paint that's perfectly fine, but I tend to forget what colors I'm running out of and which ones don't come through the squeeze top. For this one I wanted to trace around a stencil, so I drew a moon on a piece of just regular printer paper and cut it out. Then I just held it on the piece of wood where I wanted it to be, of course, and I took a colored pencil, a white one, and I just traced around it. By the way, my nails are looking really bad here. Anyway, I'm gonna use this unicorn paintbrush that I ordered from Target a while back. I have a whole set of these. They're really pretty. They're not the most practical because after this, the top part did kind of pop off, but it's still usable, and if it does get more loose over time, then I can just wrap duct tape around it. I know this isn't a great selling point for the brush, but it's so pretty. Moon complete. Now let's move on to the next step of the mountain piece, which is to add paint. This video is a paint with me type video, so there is paint on in every piece, part of every piece. This is only the base color of the mountains. I am going to add more texture and like shading and highlights later. I am going to use 2 different grays for now to split the mountains and just make it look more dynamic and like there is a little bit more depth. For this part I did mix my own grays, or at least one of them, put them in a container, and I didn't realize it wasn't airtight, so it was completely dried out the next time, and yeah, I had to mix it again. So now we're moving on to the background of this mushroom piece. Oh, I forgot to say at the beginning, which you might have noticed, I followed the outline of the wood grain. Why did that sentence not sound flowy? I followed the outline of the wood grain. There, it sounded like an actual sentence and not a robot saying it that time. I very rarely script my videos, so whenever I sound robotic or like I'm not interested in what I'm saying, it's usually because I'm trying to think really, really hard. When my gears are moving in my head, it just sometimes doesn't come out right. At first, for this background, I was just very splotchy with it, and I did end up changing some of the splotches later on, which, do you see it yet? No, not yet. Oh yeah. So here, I wanted more green at the bottom somewhere, so I painted over the red, but I'm gonna definitely have to do multiple layers. I tried to make this a very smooth, cinematic clip, and it just turned into me messing up. So anyway, yeah, after rolling those off, I am now coloring in the flowers, shading them, and making them look as realistic as I possibly can. This is the only piece that I'm using colored pencils for in this whole video. I did kind of use them in the past on that rainbow rose that I did. So it was kind of an experiment, but I really like the way that it turned out, so I definitely want to do more of this coloring technique in the future. The way the color glides on so smoothly, it's also really easy to build up the shades and highlights and layer colors on top of one another. So I highly recommend doing this, and in the future I want to use this technique for even more products or art pieces that I'm creating, and I will sell more pieces like this. Now it's time to bring in the Posca paint pen, of course. I use these quite often for details and or outlines in my art pieces and wood projects because it's just so much easier than using a paintbrush, like a tiny detailing paintbrush, and dipping that in paint multiple times. This one never dries out well until the ink is gone. It is so much easier to have control over this. Now we're going back to the mushroom, and I'm doing a little bit more wood burning here. Now I don't recommend that you burn over anything that you have applied to the wood. So you don't want to burn over the paint. You want to do all the burning first. But since this area doesn't have any paint on it, it's fine that I'm going back in and darkening the spots and adding texture to the other spots. And I even carried the design over the edge here. Since I did paint all the border framework, I wanted that wood burning to continue as well. Here I'm adding some water to this light blue acrylic paint to make kind of like a watercolor. I guess it would be kind of like a gouache. I haven't used gouache yet, but I didn't want it to be super opaque. So we have kind of like a translucent blue here. My idea behind this is I didn't want to lose the wood grain texture completely, but I also didn't want it to be the tan normal wood color. So we have a blue tint here, and I think it turned out pretty. Looks good. Okay, 2 thumbs up. Went ahead and painted the frame a medium brown color. I don't know if I'll want to change that later. Let me know if it should be brown or gold, or maybe both. Maybe like brown on the inside, gold on the outside. I have not decided yet, and it would be very easy to change. Now I'm going to create a frame for this mountain piece. My previous mountain piece that I talked about, it was done on a piece of basswood, so that has the actual bark of the tree around the edges. It looks really awesome. I went ahead and did like a double brown border on this one, tan and brown. While I was talking about that, I of course measured the outer arch of the rainbow that I'm putting on this, and I'm using Posca pens to color in the 6 colors, and forget you indigo, sorry. Then I went ahead and took this piece into the basement, and I wanted to film, so here my fiance's hands are in the screen, and we are putting this wall hanging piece. I don't even know what the hardware is called, but it's a gold metal bracket type thing, so you can hang this on a screw or a nail on your wall. For some reason the focus was not cooperating with me, but you get the gist of it, right? Basically, he drilled the holes first. I had measured, and then he drilled the holes, and then he put the little tiny screws in. They're so cute. I need to order more of these because I only have a few. I think I have like 3 or 4. I definitely need 5, and I need tons more for the future. Then I took it back upstairs with all the nice lighting and everything, and this is what it now looks like, all ready to hang. So now we're getting to the finishing touches of everything. I decided to paint the top of the mushroom. I mixed my own color using tan and gold. Nothing too wild with the shimmer because I didn't want there to be a huge contrast between the shimmer level of this versus the non-shimmer of the background, so it's very subtle. Now I'm going to Zentangle the moon. You guys may recognize this piece now from one of my older videos where I did Dollar Tree art supplies to create art, and I'm going to show that soon. I basically copied the exact pattern from my previous piece, with some exceptions because it is smaller, so there are areas that I had to tweak, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Now on to the design portion of the rainbow piece. I was planning to do more recording for this one because it really looks cool on camera, but this is all that you get, unfortunately. I am going to go back in after the video and touch up a lot of the lines. I haven't decided if I want to add more to it, maybe some white too. Let me know your thoughts, but for now, on to the rainbow piece, the mountains. Here, as I mentioned before, I am adding some shades, highlights, texture. I feel like I could keep adding more and more, but I actually do plan to stop here because I feel like I could easily overdo it and then totally wreck it. After the mountains were complete, I went ahead and used a Posca paint pen for these little stars, but it ended up being a little thick, the tip, so I used a paintbrush and white acrylic paint instead for the rest of them. I might go over those stars with another coat later, but here they are. I do want to put a clear coat on these before I sell them. Please give me your input on your favorite clear coat, varnish / sealant for paintings, wood pieces. I have these Mod Podges, but I feel like there's something better. I just haven't purchased it yet, nor have I done the testing. When my shop does go public, you'll see that the photos of these pieces, some of them have very colorful backgrounds. Well, this is how I did that with these scrapbook pads. There's another one here and a ton underneath my desk. I kind of have a problem, but they do come in handy. I did kind of a terrible job at flipping through this, but you get the idea of what's in this one. It's very pretty. I ended up going with this rainbow one for the Rainbow Mountain piece. And now I'm going to demo for you what it looks like hung up on the wall in place of this little thing that I got from Francesca's. I really love it because it's my favorite color. It's an inspirational quote, and yeah, anyway. This guy is very tiny, as you can see, and as promised, here it is next to its fraternal twin. They're a little bit different. The one on the right, the old one, it's not as bold because I used markers for it. I don't know if they maybe faded over time. I just did a video where I did a Sharpie cloud wood burning piece. Thank you, by the way, for the advice and the info. I did see those of you who reached out and said that the Sharpie ink will probably fade over time and will be completely dull or go away. So I will be selling this piece also in the future, but I'm going to have to touch up the background. If you guys have advice on how I should do that, I don't want it to be really bright. Maybe if I water down acrylic, any advice is welcome. And here's the moon next to its fellow moon. I told you guys I had an idea for this. I think I want to make it a complete series where I just do a bunch of these moons with different colored backgrounds. Also, I don't know if I'm going to add black stars to the background of this. It looks so pretty like this. I don't want to ruin it, but also I don't know if it looks completed. Here's the rainbow one. I am still deciding where to put the hardware on this one, aka which way it'll hang. And then we have the psychedelic mushroom, which I still have a couple spots to, well, probably more than a couple, but I still have some touch-up work to do. You guys would not believe how long these little spiky areas took. Oh my gosh, the detailing on this one took the longest out of everything, I think. The pretty flowers. I don't know how I feel about the frame though. I think I want to either add gold or make it all gold. We shall see. Here they all are. So pretty. Let me know in the comments section which one is your favorite. You know the drill. Please give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more of these compilation of like a ton of different art pieces at once. That was an awful sentence. But hey, I'm gonna put more videos over here so you can hear more awful sentences and me messing up all the time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you back here in the next video. Bye. I always like move during that. It's always a head tilt or like bye, 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 bye. To paint and create. That's right, 5. High five.